Hey guys, just thought we would resolve this drift Ghost S camera loss issue, and as you'll remember from the picture of the bike, when I went to remove the camera, this is all that was left. So we had the stuck-on mount, this part that screws to the camera, and that was it. Now, when we had a look at this part, this is quite a coarse, well, it looks like an insert. Hopefully you can see that. And if you look underneath, there is a tiny screw. So it looked like that tiny screw is being turned here, and it screws in to this insert. But actually, the implication was that this insert had ripped out of the camera body. However, let me grab the new camera, which I just had to go and buy yesterday. It is not the case. The big thread there actually screws into this, which is metal, and it looks to be part of the actual body. So that means that over a 2.5 hour ride, this somehow managed to undo itself, and I just can't see how that was possible. I check these for tightness on every trip, because the cameras come off the bike. I download any footage, charge the battery, format the card, check this, and it's put back in the drawer with the rest of the gear ready to go out on the bike. So yeah, it's definitely managed to undo itself and then just fall off down the road. Anyway, so to stop that happening again, we have got some Loctite 243, lock and seal they call it. This is medium strength, and you just apply it to the threaded piece in there, and a little bit on the male threads, and put it together. And I think it takes, I think the instructions are actually on the box, but within 4 or 5 minutes this will set, and in theory should stop that coming undone, certainly due to the vibration. And to undo it, you would either need to apply a lot of force on this winged piece here, or just use a screwdriver in there. So yeah, very strange, very annoying, but that's what's happened. I will probably do the same on the helmet mounted camera, although as we all know, mounting cameras on helmets is not the ideal solution. In theory, you could come off the bike, and depending on how unlucky you were, the camera could damage the helmet and then your head, depending on the impact, the type of impact sustained. So ideally this should be mounted on the bike, but of course you lose that tracking of your head movement. So yeah, I'm aware that it's not ideal on the helmet, but you can look at things and cars and stuff like that if you need to get a number on camera and it's gone out of the field of vision, if this was mounted on the front of the bike. So yeah, anyway, a waffle over, expensive lesson. The other thing that I thought of, in fact I wasn't even sure whether I would be able to fit the camera on the rear of the bike now, because I just got it back a couple of days ago. You'll know I was having the touring pack and the panniers, etc., and the alarm fitted. We're going to look at that in another video in a while. But the touring pack has a pillion backrest, which would be exactly where the camera on the pillion cover would be pointing at. However, part of the pannier kit is a very small metal rack that goes beyond and above the new lights on the bike, and there is room to mount this. Whether there's enough, it's cut out, it's slotted, so I don't know whether there'll be enough room just to rely on the 3M pad here, or whether this will need to be just screwed into place. But we'll look at that. So I can rear mount one again, but this time this strap comes in the kit with the camera, and what it's actually for is to mount the remote control onto your arm over a jacket. Now I'm just wondering whether I can actually use that to, once the camera's clipped in place, I can just go underneath the rack that it's on and just over the top and secure it that way as well. And of course there's absolutely no way that can go anywhere. And also if you're in a queue of traffic and somebody snuck up behind you, it's going to make it an awful lot harder for them just to pick and lift the camera off and leg it. I know that's highly unlikely, but these days I think you've got to be aware of every possible scenario. So I'm hoping that we can just put that over there and under the rack, and say that will make it very much harder to remove casually. So yeah, that's it. That's the update and last words on the cameras. I'd say also that the IAM guys seem to be of the impression that if you're doing everything right, you're not going to get into an accident, and the cameras aren't really required. I'm not really of that opinion. You can make a mistake. Somebody could just drive straight into the back of you. That video I put up yesterday, where the woman in front of me caused a series of events to come into force, and the car behind me got run into. If that was a biker, that wouldn't have just been a simple repair on insurance claim. It could have been a far more serious thing, and if you're sat there with the camera rolling, you're going to be able to prove exactly what happened. So I'm a big fan of the cameras. Anyway, I'll catch you later. We're going to try and do a few films today. I'm certainly going to show you guys the touring pack, and we've got some reflective tapes here that I might be applying to the screen, but I'm not sure about that. This might not be wide enough either. I should have maybe gone for the 2-inch variety, so we'll see on that one. I've also created a Ducati Diavel forum. I'm just wondering, rather than have loads of comments on the videos on YouTube, maybe we can just get onto the forum, and all of the YouTube videos will also be in posts there, and we can have a little chat about things on there. So I'm going to post the link to that. I've got it all up and running, just need to check the required fields when people register, and try and get rid of spam and idiots registering. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll do some more videos later.